Huber. He's a clinical forensic psychologist who's done a lot of work with suicidal teens. John, a lot of people say that 13 Reasons Why glorifies suicide. Your take?
I think it does, and it's a concern, and certainly my children won't be watching it unless a parent's with them, and probably only my high school student.
And the glorification of suicide, you see an impact, you see a correlation that people who see it glorified or hear a message that, oh, you'll be accepted after you die, that can have an impact on vulnerable teens, right?
Significantly. They don't think the way adults think. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we try to wait and have them get their driver's license as late as they can. They don't perceive things the same way we do. So death to them may not be as certain and final in their minds as in reality it is.
Do you see any particular warning signs or certain type of student who may be drawn to this film that parents and teachers should then notice or be worried about?
If you have a child who does have emotional problems, that's already depressed or maybe on even antidepressants, I would be concerned with that. If you have a child who tends to isolate themselves, doesn't have a lot of friends, I would try to be very concerned with what's going on. And then, of course, if they talk about, oh, I wonder what this world would be like if I wasn't here. It'd be so much easier for you, Mom, or so much easier for you, Dad. Those are red flags that I wouldn't be letting them watch that, and I would be looking for mental health expert to help with that situation.
And for the people who do watch this, one of the things that caught a lot of people by surprise is not once does this Netflix series flash up the number for a suicide prevention hotline or lifeline.
Exactly, and you know, I kind of understand the idea because this medium is very powerful, but there's a way to do things. And you know, if you go and look at several of the organizations out there, the National Suicide Prevention Council and like that, they put up warning signs. Don't glorify this stuff. And the reality of it is, you know, they give you 13 reasons, and it's kind of not necessarily a bad thing because there's not any one reason, but I think it's much more complicated than just that. You have this revenge you see from our star, and then she wants a male to like her, and she teases them and flirts with them. Then when they do like her, she pushes them away, and she's trying to use that as being, you know, distant and alluring, somehow mystical, to bring in more guys, and it's a dangerous game to play.
Finally, John, are we as a society, both in education, college, high school, are we doing a better job about trying to help people who are in some trouble, who may be suicidal?
You know, I think we are definitely in the 80s and 90s. But again, I mean, that's one of the things that I work on all the time through my nonprofit is trying to destigmatize this so we can talk about it, because it's hard to talk about. It's even harder sometimes to talk about it to your own family, like your parents.
John Huber, who's a clinical forensic psychologist. John, thanks for helping us talk about it. We appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Got it.